Hi, Dick. Come on up, pal. No ice. You'll have to drink this room temperature. I think I had it down in the furnace. Been reading this magazine I get every week, Mr. Dennehy. About a meeting they had in Russia. Some guy got up and made a speech. He says, the United States is in terrible trouble. They're starving. Tremendous unemployment. Everybody's out of work. No housing. And then he says, comrades, in 5 years, we'll catch up with them. I got a thing in here about a couple of teenage kids. Teenager in school, the teacher said to him, what do you think of the 4 freedoms? He says, I like the Kingston Trio better. Beautiful. They don't know what they're doing. Here's a teenager, 2 teenagers. They get married so young, they got a divorce. He had to beg his father for his allowance so he could pay his alimony. What do you think of teenage marriages? You have no opinion? Oh, wait a minute, I'll ask Crazy. He's in the back. Hey, Crazy!
Hi, Joe. Hiya, Mr. Denny.
Hey, Crazy, I want to ask you something. What do you think of teenage marriages?
I don't think there's anything wrong in it, Joe. My Aunt Lena got married when she was 15 and had 13 children. And she lived a rich, full life. I remember when we gave her a birthday party. I can still see her. She walked into the room, stooped over and frail, with a million of those lines in her face from scrubbing floors and cooking and washing dishes. She sure was terrific, and there was plenty of character in that woman. There was character in every gray hair in her head, and character in those lines in her face. And I was proud when I said, "Happy birthday, Aunt Lena."
How old was she?
27.
One thing you gotta admit, the teenagers get in more trouble today than they did in the olden days. I'll tell you that.
I don't think so, Joe. You remember Buggy Lombardo?
Oh, yeah, good old Buggy. I sure do.
He was always getting in trouble. He went to reform school for 6 months, and they were going to let him out, but first they had to have an interview. And they said, well, son, what are you going to do when you get out? He says, when I get out of here, I'm going to get a big slingshot and come back and bust every window in this place. And they said, he ain't ready yet. Send him back. 3 months later, they bring him out for another interview. They said, well, son, what are you going to do now? So when I get out of here, I'm going to get a big slingshot and bust every window in this place. They said, he ain't ready yet. Send him back. 3 months later, he has another interview, but he gets smart, Joe. He says, what are you going to do now, son? So when I get out of here, I'm going to get a good job. They said, that's better. And I'm going to meet a nice girl, marry her, and settle down. They said, that's wonderful. And he said, then one night when my wife's sleeping, I'm going to steal her girdle, come back here, make the biggest slingshot, and break all the windows.
Buggy Lombardo. Imagine, he's got a whole orchestra now. Shake your hand.
You know, Joe, I get along great with my kids. You know, you can't fluff them off. Whenever your kids ask you a little question, you gotta answer it and talk to them, give them all the kindness and love. My little kid, Chrissy, the other day, he's a cute little kid, he's 10. He said, Daddy, who discovered the Mississippi River? Oh, kid. I said, I don't know. But Daddy, why why is the sky blue? They think, Joe, they think. I said, I don't know. He said, Daddy, how many floors in the Empire State Building? Oh, shit. I said, I don't know. He said, you don't mind me asking all these questions, do you, Daddy? I said, of course not. How you gonna learn anything?